Most people do not fail because they lack talent. They fail because their mind is divided. Their body sits in one place while their thoughts scatter in 10 directions. They begin a task, but part of them is already elsewhere, imagining the result, fearing judgment, or craving distraction. And in that division, their strength leaks away unnoticed. In the final years of his life, Miyamoto Musashi retreated to a cave and wrote a short text known as Dokodo. In it, he described a life of discipline, detachment, and unwavering focus. Though he never used the modern term, his life embodied a Zen principle called Ichigyo Zammai, complete absorption into one act, to become one with the task until there is no separation between the doer and the doing. This is not productivity, it is not efficiency, it is identity. Kenji worked in a quiet office overlooking the city. He was competent, educated, and outwardly stable. Yet every evening he returned home with a subtle exhaustion that sleep did not cure. He blamed the workload at first, then the deadlines, then the people around him, but the fatigue persisted even on calm days. When he examined his habits honestly, he saw the truth. He never gave himself fully to anything. While writing reports, he checked messages. While speaking to colleagues, he rehearsed future conversations in his head. While exercising, he imagined the outcome rather than feeling the movement itself. His body performed actions, but his mind hovered elsewhere, restless and fragmented. The samurai understood something Kenji did not. In combat, hesitation born from a divided mind meant death. To grip the sword while thinking of reputation, fear, or reward was to invite defeat. The warrior trained to eliminate internal noise until only the cut remained. This was not intensity fueled by emotion, but stillness sharpened into action. In Zen monasteries, monks practiced sweeping the floor as if sweeping were the only act in existence. This spirit of total immersion is the essence of Ichigyo Zammai. One action, one breath, one mind. When drinking tea, only drink tea. When training with the sword, only cut. Musashi fought over 60 duels and remained undefeated, not because he possessed superhuman strength, but because he entered each encounter completely. His awareness did not wander to past victories or future legends. In that moment, there was only distance, timing, and movement. The self that sought recognition had already been discarded. Kenji encountered this principle by accident. One evening, overwhelmed by unfinished tasks, he turned off his phone and chose a single report to complete. He made a quiet decision. For the next hour, nothing else would exist. No future career advancement, no anxiety about performance, no background music, only the document before him. At first, his mind resisted. Thoughts intruded, urging him to check notifications or adjust minor details unnecessarily. But he returned again and again to the sentence he was shaping. Something subtle shifted. The work felt heavier, yet cleaner. Time moved differently. When the hour ended, the report was not only finished, it was precise. Ichigyo Zammai is not achieved by adding techniques. It is achieved by removing what is unnecessary. The samurai reduced ornamentation in armor and ritual. Zen aesthetics favored emptiness over excess. What remains after removal reveals what truly matters. Kenji began small. Each morning he defined one non-negotiable task that would receive his full attention. He cleared his desk before beginning. He closed every irrelevant window on his screen. When distractions surfaced, he did not fight them with aggression. He acknowledged them and returned to the work, as a swordsman returns to stance after a feint. This repetition was not dramatic. There were no declarations, no visible transformation. Yet over weeks, his internal state began to stabilize. The constant background anxiety diminished. He felt less fragmented because he was no longer attempting to live in multiple moments at once. He had accepted the discipline of one. There is a deeper layer to this practice. When attention becomes total, the sense of self softens. The voice that asks, "How am I being perceived?" grows quiet. Action continues, but the performer disappears. Musashi wrote in Dokudo to be detached from desire and to accept everything just the way it is. In the state of Ichigyo Zammai, desire loses its grip because there is no space for it. When cutting wood, there is only the arc of the blade. When writing, there's only the movement of thought into form. The ego, which feeds on comparison and anticipation, cannot survive sustained presence. Kenji noticed this during a presentation months later. Previously, he would have monitored every facial expression in the room, measuring approval. This time, he anchored himself to the content itself. Each sentence was delivered with full attention. He did not rush ahead mentally, nor linger on a minor mistake. When it ended, he realized he had felt neither fear nor excitement, only clarity. The modern world rewards speed and constant reaction, but it quietly punishes depth. Those who scatter themselves across endless stimuli rarely develop sharpness. The samurai cultivated the opposite. Through repetition, silence, and singular focus, they forged minds that did not tremble under pressure. Ichigyo Zammai is not limited to art or combat. It can be applied to conversation, training, study, or even rest. To listen fully to another person without preparing your response is a form of discipline. To train your body without fantasizing about results is a form of discipline. To sit in silence without reaching for stimulation is a form of discipline. Kenji's life did not become easier. Deadlines remained. Challenges persisted, but his relationship to action changed. Each task became an arena for presence rather than a hurdle to escape. The fragmentation that once drained him was replaced by a quiet solidity. In the end, to become one with the task is to reclaim your scattered energy. It is to refuse division. The sword does not cut well when the hand trembles with distraction. The mind does not produce excellence when it is split between past and future. There is only this action, this breath, this movement of thought into form. When you give yourself completely to what is in front of you, the noise recedes. And in that silence, a different kind of strength emerges. Steady, unadorned, and unshakable.